Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always
Jo, já se jenom podívá, kolik to má kapitol jenom. Nebo kolik kapitol, kolik epi. Hra obsahuje 6 epizod, okay, takže tohle je 3, takže ji dodělám a zbytek nechám na zítra.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote.
Zane, tam byly ty knihy, no?
He was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Okay. Je budeme jako tudy, takhle. No. Pomalejc by to nešlo, co?
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Hej, kudy jdem? Já, ono tady je takhle ta loď, jasně. Tak to musíme obejít, aha. Mě by zajímalo teda, jak se do ta loď dostala, jo, ale... Je mi to jedno.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
No, jak už tam stojí.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Vůbec není divná.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose.
Yes.
My manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. a muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover.
Tyhle dobrá babizna,
Only
no.
anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Jako tady to je boží, no, když tady to má vyfocený, ty vole. Ale tohle to bude asi to, představitel, jako Alana Wakea. To je ten týpek. Pěkný, no, růžový. Nádhera. Oh, on furt spí, jo.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
A ona jako co tady bude?
Right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Zase mlha.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Tady to je zas.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Pan Randolph měl Rose rád za její lehký úsměv a za to, jak dokázala být milá i ve chvíli, kdy jí život chystal tak těžké zkoušky do toho, co dělala ve svém karavanu. Mu nic nebylo, ale ti cizinci, ten spisovatel a jeho přichytlarý pomocník vypadali, že budou dělat potíže. A už tam byly několik hodin dávno poté, co jdou normální lidi spát. Sáhl po telefonu a zavolal na policejní stanici. Okay. Takže na noze gunu nemám nic, super, ani baterku. Radio.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know, I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had a, argument with Danny, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting, man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Dobrá sonka. A moje termoska, to vidím úplně na dálku. Tam je týpek.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Blaine!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Ale jebe. Prostě Boris zavolal policii na to, že jsme tam byli, já nevím jak dlouho. To je... Kdyby se jako nějaký zvuky vycházely, ale nevycházely. Nevím. Prostě týpek borec. Mně se strašně líbí, jak tady prostě je práce s tím, se tmou a se světlem.
Oh,
shit.
Damn.
Oh, no. Problém je v tom, že já se nemůžu jako skrčit. Tak to je docela jednoduchý.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Musím na chvíli odejít. To jsem četl tohle, nečet. Po dlouhá desetiletí dřímala temnota, která nosila kůži Barbary něco neklidným spánkem na temném místě, jež bylo její domovem i vězením. Trpěla hladem a bolestí, snila o svých nosích slávy. Když v tom jí básníkovo dílo povolalo z hlubin a na krátký okamžik jí dalo ochutnat děsivé moci a svobody, z hlubokého spánku, do něhož ji básník nakonec opět ponořil, ji probudil pohyb skály. Otevřela oči v okamžiku, kdy ucítila spisovatele na přívozu. Okay. Jo, je furt ta policie. Běž. To není dobrý. Go. Je tam někdo? Není. Dva. Uprchlík, asi, jo. Tady je papír, ne? Jo. Rose navštěvuje temnota.
The strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. Pretty girl, she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Neměla ponětí, jak se ta stará podivná paní dostala do karavanu a vypadala nějak divně. Žena v něčem, co mělo být asi úsměv, odhalila své zuby a prstem ukázala na Rosinu tvář. Hezká holka, řekla. Rose bylo jako by usínala ve stoje, stařena jí do ucha začeptala několik mrazivých a temných slov. No, ty vole. Mě zajímá, kdo to je, jestli to je někdo jako, nevím, třeba z dřívějška, nebo prostě random borka, která se tady objevila. Ale mu se děly věci než jako přijel do toho semka. A ona mu dala ty klíče. Mě zajímá, až narazí ta FBI na tu temnotu. Jestli jako začnou... Jo. Narazil. Jebeti. Nice. A co to užijou? Jasně, praskni.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Počkej, že ona se teďka myslí, že je ty. Takže ona tak asi nejspíš si teďka bude myslet, že jsem nějaký, nevím, uprchlý zločinec, já vím. Že tam jsme s Rose něco dělali. Když ona vlastně udělala něco nám, takže jako... Vrtulník, jo? Boží.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Takže zautočí na co, jo? A teďka mi pomáhá, tak díky. Jebe. Nice. Tak jo. A, ta, nevím, strážnická věž, nebo já nevím, jak se to teďka jmenuje. Strážní věž asi. No ne, fakt, že se můžu podívat. Jebe. Jo, tam jsem byl, tam je ta pumpa. Tam je termoska. Ty kokos, no, ale jako... Pěkný. Teďka jim pomohly ty vrány. Vrány to jsou.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on!
Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Oda Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Okay. Jo, tady, nejsou tady ty strany, jo. No tak tady to moc teda, i když jako...
I could see the lights at the radio station in the distance.
Okay. Tak jdem. Je tady něco nebo ne? Vypadá to, že ne.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Mám se dostat do té strany.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Ja, tak asi už vím, kde to světlo najít tady.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Bez provodu, jasně. Tady moska. Tak tady. Tak, to síle. Jo, nezničilo se to. Jo, zase, Já jsme, že po mně nejdou ty, nějaký ty blbci. Já baterka. Ještě by to chtěl ganu. Jo, tím, že jsem se přiblížil, tak jo. Tak se říkal, co to bylo za zvuky. To asi tím, jak jsem se přiblížil, tak mě by to nějak odhodilo nebo zabilo, nevím. Zase policajní.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Oslepující gran, Co bude hodit? Siskem hodíš oslepující, jasně. Oslepující granát. Nice. A počkej, to jsou policajti, vole. Ještě raketomet ti chybí, jako jo, no. Tady to je docela dost. To je raket, kokot. To bylo dobrý, kdyby měl raketomet. Ne, plamenomet, ne, počkej, co by bylo účinný na ně? Plamenomet, ten dává světlo, jako. Asi jo, no. To bylo obyčejný jenom granát, jo.
Gunshots? Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there. They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Dal jsem se do rozhlasové stanice, jo, to je... Počkej, ona je tamhle věž. A ta stanice je někde tamhle, mám pocit. Tyko, já se lek. Udělat něco. Ani moc ne, ty vole. Jo. Dělej. Ty kokot, ale kolik jich jedu, ale... Jako to zajímavé, že prostě máme jenom baterku a takhle ty oslepující granáty, flashbangy. Ok, je tam někdo. Nebo to je jenom auto daný. Rozbitý. Jo, rozbitý. A asi nic to nebude, co? Shit. Hele hoši, nechte mě prosím. To bylo nějak rychle. Oslepil mě to. Tyhle nechtěl bych to teďka jako hrát v noci, jak používám ty flashbangy. To je jak CS, no. No v CS to je horší, to je prostě celá obrazovka je bílá, kde byl. A v noci to hrát je nejhorší. Na něm potřebuju 2, ne? Tak jeden.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Pojďme si s Petem, jo, vlastně jo. S Petem? Jo, s Petem. Co to tady je? Jo, to jenom takhle svítí, jasně. A tamhle.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
No tady. No.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm gonna see
Shit,
if I
jenom
can
že
talk
problém
to
je, že mě
you
teďka hledá FBI a policie.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
Díky.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa, everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Dude, freeze!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Jebe, to je agent FBI. Je dobrý kokot.
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops
Ne,
and
neříkej
find
mi, že
my
potom pak
own way to the
půjdu.
mine.
Tam dozadu. Kam ten agent, ale jako co furt dělá ten jako ten mu jako ta, no temnota, nevím, prostě ta kravina, co tady je. Nějak jako pohrál asi s mozkem, nebo?
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you? Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Nightingale, nevím, zíral skoro rozbité okno studia do temného lesa. Otočil se a chystal se odejít, Maine ho však chytil za ruku. Málem jste mě zastřelil, mladíku, nemůžete jen tak střílet na lidi kolem sebe, zbláznil jste se. Nightingale se vymanil, je to Nightingale. Se vymanil z jeho sevření a odešel, tváře mu zbrunátněli, vztekem a ponížením. To je slovo zbrunátněli. To je divný slovo. Ano, tak, hoši. Sedlice. Ano. A zase revolver, ale proč revolver? Já bych si třeba nevím, 1911, to je úplně taková báječná zbraň. Proč ji sem nedají? Nahoru nejdu.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Jaký brko? Ty kuste tajta. Shit, oni nedom... Ty vole, kam, co děbe? To je jako borci, vole. Asi dobrý. In light you can hurt them. Dík za radu. Počkej. No, mně se to prostě nepodaří, vole. To je nějaký jeblí. Co je tamhle? Jo, nějaký papír.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Motor bulldozeru hřval jako o život, jak se drápal blíž a blíž létalo od něj bahno a kamení, rozbil betonovou zeď a těžce dopadl na dvůr. Kdyby to bylo zvíře, asi by po dopadu zatřepalo hlavou, upřelo na mě pohled a zaútočilo. Samozřejmě to nemělo žádnou hlavu ani oči. Po jeho siluetě se plížily stíny a měnily jej ve stvůru. Pak se to na mne vrhlo. Tady ne, já potřebuji někde tam tím směrem. Co je zase nějaká kravina tady? Další papír. Sarah Nightingale.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Sarah dala na svou intuici a ta jí zcela jasně dávala najevo, že agent Nightingale je zmetek, cítila z něj něco zkaženého a nebyl to jen pach z vytralého alkoholu. Roli v tom hrál i způsob, jakým nosil svůj odznak, jeho vytahané výložky, pohled v očích, když chtěl odpovědi. Kde byl Alan Wake, jak to bylo s tou nehodou, kde byla jeho žena a to nejdůležitější, proč nechala Wakea odejít. Na její vlastní otázky však odpovědět nehodlal, prý federální záležitosti. Ano. Federální záležitosti. Vlak. Lithiové baterie. A telefon.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Zajímavý. Na Wakea útočí poslední objekt. Ne. O co je se to za chvíli stane, ty vole?
It floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Z ocelové konstrukce mostu se vykroutila trubka. Vznášela se ve vzduchu, obalená temnotou, svíjela se. Chvíli mi nedocházelo, na co se to vlastně dívám. Náhle se ten těžký předmět vrhl obrovskou rychlostí ke mně, jen tak se mi podařilo uskočit. Když jsem na to posvítil baterkou, otřáslo se to temným stekem a opět se to rozletělo mým směrem. Neříkej mi, že se to stane tady to. Jestli jo...
I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car
Jasně,
from
byla
there.
mi taká železný most tady toku. Jako bude to hustý, ale to vidět a ty kokotka. Jo, dobře no. Tak se ukáž, vole, trubko nebo co? Ok, vlak. No náhodou před chvílí jako na druhou stranu. Oh shit. Ok, zatím v pohodě.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Hele jo, uklidníme se. Dole. Co se děje, bro? Počkej. No. Oh. Jdem pryč úplně do A. Jo, ty kokoty, pojď. Tak agresivní, ne, vole? Jo, mě zajímá, počkej, to mělo vybuchnout, no. Jo, díku. Dobrý. No, asi jsem. Wake a temnota v horském
I
hotelu.
slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Přibouchl jsem mu dveře přímo před jeho samolibým nosem, prosil mě, ať otevřu, jako obvykle si ten trouba myslel, že ho poslechnu. Už mi však pro něj nezbylo ani špetka pochopení, žádný pocit viny, rozhodně ne kvůli němu. Chvilku jsem si vychutnával jeho křik, vsadil bych se, že jsem se dokonce usmál. Navíc jsem neměl čas, v domě se mnou byla i temnota. Jak jinak temnota je všude. To jako není žádná novinka.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Je to bude větší prostě, ok. Co tohle? Jsem se bude jenom, jo. Já myslím, že bude třeba jako lepší kanál. Zase ne, no. A v čem je? Ona je jenom větší, ne? Jo. Tak tady to můžu rozstřelit, to už je jasně, že tady asi něco bude. Jestli tady jsou barely. Jasně, bude to dlouho trvat, viď? Ty koko, ty jebe vám. I borci jako... Jo. Dobrý. Já mám brokovnici, jo? Nebo... Dobrý, jeba. Vem si tohle jako... Aha! Tu kolik jsem měl hápek, já jsem měl málo tady. No, pojď sem. No. Pojď. Oh no. Dobrý. Jo, tak to je. Talka, pustíme si. Pustíme.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Pěkný. Já vím, asi ten úplně první díl byl nejlepší.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Temnota se po mně natahovala, nasávala do svých hlubin vše, co jí stálo v cestě, tahala mne za šaty. Ve chvíli, kdy jsem cítil, jak ztrácím pevnou půdu pod nohama, zahledl jsem světlici, kterou upustil únosce, vrhl jsem se po ní. Temnota mne obestřela. Silou tornáda nějakým způsobem se mi podařilo tu světlici zapálit. Temnota zařičela a odvrhla mne, padal jsem do temných vod jezera hluboko pode mnou. To doufám, že se nestane teďka. Je to jezero? Je tady, tak to se stane. Cože? Jebeš. Nepůjde to jako no půjde, že to vole. Půjde. Čo jebe? Kam bylo jeblo, ne? Tam borco jeblo. Najdi nějaký vůz. Čau, vole, ty kršáci. Jdem si toho, vole. Ne. Jsem prosím... Čivé, kousek. Já mám broku. Počkej, co jsem to teďka vzal? Má světlici. Dělej. Adam.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Okay, nemůžu jít dál. Můžu.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Není tady papír? No se mi to zdálo. Není tady papír. Už no, to jsem dobrý řidič.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now. because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, little music.
Jako ono možná asi jo, no, kdyby on to neříkal v tom rádiu, tak možná by on měl jako lid, nebo prostě o, tohle nevím, moc lidí jako nevědělo. Ještě je tady něco, nebo ne, tady ne. Ty kára.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Okay. Jedem. To je zvuk. Shit. Ještě mě zajímá, co když jako vyjedu, že to je rozpálím, prostě útezu si jedu. Počkej. Sakra. Jeď. Tak. Teďka to rozjedu a sletím z toho útezu. Se stane. Má asi umřená. Aha. Teďka jak vyletěl z toho auta. Ok, tak to vyřešili dobře, no. jsem načetl to, jako kdyby to pokračovalo dál, že tam je ten plot urvaný.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Tady asi termoska. Ačkoliv byla tato oblast částečně obydlená již dříve, pravý zrod města... No, to číst nebudu. Pěkný. Papír.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
A poté, co Nightingale odešel rozbitým oknem dál, proudil do studia Nočních vzduch. Maine upřel zrak na Sáru a policistka se odvrátila. Mainův hlas se chvěl těžko potlačovaným hněvem. Ten chlap toho víc vychlastá, než vymyslí. Jen doufám, že víš, co děláš, Sáro. Sáro. Z očí mu kouká něco zvrhlého, dej na mě, ten pase po Wakeovi. Z nějakého důvodu, a dobrý důvod to asi nebude. Roku 1917 došlo k sopečnému výbuchu pod jezerem Cauldron. Erupce byla poměrně slabá, ale i tak došlo k zavalení či zatopení většiny tunelů. O život tenkrát přišlo 32 horníků, veškerá těžba v Brain Falls na dobro ustala, většina zbylých budov má nyní status historické památky. Wow. Kde mají?
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
What? Huh? Voila.
Wait.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Nějaký ty hory, ale...
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Odejdi z budovy, rád bych. Hej. Můžu nějak odejít, prosím? Baterek mám moc, teda dost. Vlastně na nic. To ještě chybí, je vidí.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Když se Thomas Zane zamiloval do Barbory Jaggerové, seběhlo se to rychle, byla mladá, plná života a nádherná, nikdy předtím se necítil příliš šťastně, ale ona to dokázala bez zjevné námahy všechno změnit. Zane se poprvé v životě cítil dobře a vše, co dělala, zapadlo do skládačky, o které nikdy neměl tušení, že by mu mohla chybět, ale to nejlepší bylo, že díky ní slova sama od sebe plynula, silná a ostrá, byla jeho můzou. Revolver, náboje. Nepotřebuju. Je. Jävlar. Co děje? Běž. Dobrý. Co to je? Oslabovací granáty. Oh no. Joši. Moc, že ty se budeš znášet, to je jasný. Jasně, že jo. Jo. Dobře, nice, ty vole. Jo. Dobrý no. Dobrá temnota.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Jebe, tady prostě můžeme jít opět. Nice. To je poslední, asi. Počká, to mě zajímá. Trošku se kouří z motoru. Ale jenom trochu. Tak to bylo docela jednoduchý. A sakra. Aha. Shit. Dobrý. Čau. Cože, já můžu osvítit tady tu kravu. Můžeš jet? Dobrý, tak už to nejde. Kam jít dál? Go. A tak tady se něco musí. Follow. Okay.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Někteří z posedlých si ponechávali rysy svých dřívějších osobností. Těle však byly jen mrtvolami s nervovými záškuby. Nezbylo z nich nic, z nich nic, jen skořápka naplněná temnotou. Ve většině případů tyhle loutky potřebám temnoty planě vyhovovaly. Nicméně pro cokoliv složitějšího, jako byla například ta záležitost se spisovatelem, to chtělo něco jiného. Byla zapotřebí funkční mysl a tak na místo jejich plného ovládnutí bylo lepší se jich jen lehce dotknout. Okay. Okay. Moc pěkný.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Počkej, můžu se nastoupit? No, škoda. Čau. Hej, můžete si mi dát jako blíž k sobě? Kašlu. Wake a Barry v celé.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Díval jsem se skrz mříže vězenské cely, Barry stál na nejistých nohou vedle mě. Podle toho, jak se tvářil, mu bylo stejně špatně jako mě. Na druhé straně mříží stál agent Nightingale se šerifem Breakerovou. Nightingale měl v ruce štos listů z mého rukopisu. Nepříčetně na mě ječel, tak a mám tě, Raymonde Chandlera, což je všechno to tady je, všechny důkazy, včetně spiknutí s cílem zavraždit federálního agenta. Okay. Granát, to sledující. Já se u těho jebe. Jož. Haha, jebe ti. Takže když ten granát se jich rovnou dotkne, tak vybuchne. Ale když ho hodím a bude prostě někde na zemi, tak vybuchne po nějaký chvíli. Chápu. 17 na dobrokolnice.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Co ti jebe? Beru tady dobrokol. Ještě můžeme mít, ne, já už jsem sebral, jo, všechny dáme. Chtěl by to prostě, kámo, něco jiného místo revolveru. Prostě flashbang, nejlepší věc asi tady. Fuck. Tak, dělá, vole. Co? Okay.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Aha, on je rychle jak debil, týmek. To je nám. No víš co, počkej. Ja. Ale pojďme. Okay.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Go. Yeah, but he... do. Vole, ještě. by mě zajímalo, jako co mě chytlo. Jak mě to chytlo? Co je?
I needed a key for the door.
Klíč od dveří, a to bude tady, ne? Jo. Tady nic, ne? Ale.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Běžné vyhlídku na zrcadlové hoře. Co ti jebe? Tak vezmu si, veď. Ona puškáte na dálku, do brokády kolik mám nábojů? 18. Je to na dálku, to se beru. A mám tady myš jako prasa. Moc pěkný.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Tak ty oni to přesunou a pak mi říkají, že vole, se vám pospíšit, tak jsou idioti. To je... Ach jo, jako kotí, vole.
Birds.
Vole, zkuste mnou po mně, vole, jít a vás se smáhnu jak debro. Říkám, vole, jdu. Shit. Ok, moc pěkný.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Okay.
Alice?
Alice!
What?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction.
Tyjo, to je dlouhý. No, tak já jsem jdu a pak vyhledám pusí, tak ty vole. Já sedlám, zasedlám. Super, tak dík. Tak tady, vole, víc co něco probere. No jo. Jo. Ještě něco?
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
To skopnul, jo. Já jsem to trošku jako divil. Já myslím, že polzu nahoru, ale já slezu jako sem a... Cože? Jo takhle, počkej, teďka to dám, jo. Chápu. na výhlídku na zrcadle hoře. Co kurva? Proč nedokázat tam ty vole jít? Ne. Ty koky. Nice. No, to
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
dáš si Jaké by to mohlo být v pohodě, ne? Tak ani moc ne, teda. No. Ne. Prosím. Žiju? Žiju. Je dobré. Ne, nepad. Piču, kam se to dostal, vole. Mora.
Shit.
Ani nejde se to jako vzhalo, vole. Vagon. Já. V pohodě, dobrý. Nic se neděje, to úplně v pohodě projdu. Viď? No takhle přejdu. Tak asi no. Cože? Kokot je vadí. Tady. Tady na to tam je fléra. Jasně. Tam to vole schoj, tady to rozkopni, všechno. Už jsem tady nebo ještě někam půjdu jako? I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom. Tom, you talk to me on TV. See Tom, I miss you, Tom. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Thomas Zane? Co kurva? Počkej. Není to ta borka v tom černém oblečení. Když tady dopíše, vole. Žena. Prosím. Au. Jo. Hápka. Tady byl. Ale tak vole, on neuhne prostě.
could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Tam je ta budova.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry!
Hmm.
Please, late! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make him play ball, you see?
Okay, konec epizody 3. A ty songy jsou dobrý na konci. Ale jo, já jsem něco četl, že... Nebo jak tam papíry, tak tam bylo napsaný, že on skočí jako do vody, něco takový, že tam odhodí. Takže tak já dám jenom enter. Ale já bych já to nechám dát.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had...
I felt groggy. No, já tady vypnu. Streamu 5,5 hodiny dole, to super. Děkuji každému, kdo byl na streamu, děkuji, že Edwin tady byl nevím, hodně dlouho, skoro celou dobu. A nebo celou, nevím, jestli tady furt, to je jedno. Moc mu děkuji. Další stream bude zítra. Ještě uvidím, jak to budu, ale... Počívám, ty káko, tak ty jsi hodně dlouho tady. Počívám. Len robím věci do práce. Majsa, ok, tak já tady i vypnu. Děkuji, že tady Edwinus byl v celou dobu. A já půjdu spát tak zatím a zítra bude taky stream. Tak zatím.